What's up, bosses? This week we're talking about UPS raising non-contract service rates, a driver's quick call to save his bacon, literally. We recognize an awesome woman and her safe driving skills, and we've got Tony Justice's latest single. Let's get rolling. Well, guys, it's November. Just 2 more months until the end of 2020. We're almost done. Almost. But we've got one hell of a show for you. Let's jump right in. We're still in fall, but that doesn't stop Mother Nature from letting it snow a bit early. Several states have already been hammered with winter weather, and more is on the way as we actually head into the season. Are you prepared for it? If not, you should make sure that your equipment is prepared, and you should also keep in mind the FMCSA's rules for driving in inclement weather. If you don't know, don't worry, we'll break it down for you. First, the 2-hour extension for adverse driving conditions now applies to both driving limit and on-duty limit. Property carriers can drive 13 hours in a 16-hour window with adverse condition exemptions, and passenger carriers can drive 12 hours in a 17-hour on-duty period. Now, another change is the definition of adverse driving conditions. It now specifically mentions the term driver and motor carrier, which the previous definition lacked. Now, I know driving in winter conditions can be tough, but our friends over at TBS Factoring have a bit of a ebook that can help you prepare for those winter months. You can check on the link in the comments below. Now, Isela, tell us about this awesome driver and the award she just won.
A veteran woman trucker who was the team captain of the convoy for Louisa Swain was one of the 3 recipients of the Mike Russell Trucking Image Award. Rhonda Hartman, who has achieved 3 million accident-free miles during her 37-year career on the road. The award is named in honor of Mike Russell, a former ATA Vice President of Public Affairs. Executive Vice President Elizabeth Barnes stated, "Our drivers became heroes overnight, being called frontline heroes along with doctors and nurses." Others that received the award were J&M Tank Lines and Nebraska Trucking Association. So high five to all the truckers out there and kudos to Rhonda Hartman. Carlin?
Well, it looked like those expected increases in shipments are starting to raise service rates, at least for UPS. The carrier announced it will raise certain non-contract service rates by almost 5% come December 27th. It comes as part of the company's, quote, ongoing expansion and capability enhancement, whatever that means. Now, the company also increased peak surcharges for certain European origin shipments for the 1st of November and will increase surcharges for China, Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, and other Asian countries come November 8th. Now let's head over to Isela for a bit of a lighter story. Isela?
Have you ever heard of a hogwash? How is that, you say? Let me explain. Firefighters in Moberly, Missouri received a strange call last week. A trucker who was loaded down with pigs was on his way to Iowa when he broke down. Well, because of that, he was unable to keep the pigs cool, so he called for help. The firefighters agreed to spray them down to keep them cool. Not long after, the truck was fixed and off they headed to their destination. Now talk about a close call. Now talking about the sizzle nizzle, check this out.
It's a rainy night in Georgia, heading out to California, counting days till I hold you again.
Now, we know you guys are as excited about Tony Justice's new single, Long Distance Love, as we are. We really enjoy seeing, Tony give his music out there, and Jayne is on that as well. She is.
They actually did a good job. They collabed together, and the song does hit home.
It does, yeah, for even those of us who aren't drivers. But we sat down with Tony Justice himself to find out exactly, what went into writing this song, working with Jayne, and seeing it on CMT. Check it out. If you haven't seen the video, it's out there, and it is getting a lot of views, getting a lot of attention. It's kind of hard to, I'm sure, coordinate with someone who is overseas, but you guys really did a great job on this video. So tell us a little bit about the process.
Considering the title of the song, Long Distance Love, I don't know that it didn't really play into our favor, with her being all the way over in Australia, me being here, and what the song symbolizes, someone that you love and being away from each other for a long period of time. And, that's what the song's about.
Now tell us a little bit about that writing process.
When you're a kid, you don't really take the time to realize what a mom and dad's going through, the stress of, paying bills and raising a family. And by this time I had gotten older, and you start having some realizations about, how hard moms and dads do work, to provide for their families and the sacrifices that they make. And, it started, resonating in my mind, all the time that they had spent apart while dad was out trucking, and mom, I had 3 brothers and a sister. So, there were, we had a house full, and Mom managed all that laundry and cleaning the house, and the grocery shop, and paying the bills. And us kids, we mowed the yard, took the trash out, done a lot of that stuff. But it was, there's a lot to it, and so many people can relate to that. Whether your spouse drives a truck and you guys are apart, or whether your spouse is in the military, maybe, and we're getting a lot of great comments about, hey, this is how I feel, about me and my wife, and a lot of people are, I notice they're coming in under the video and they're tagging their wives in it and they're dedicating it to them, live on social media. So it's been real cool to sit back and watch this thing grow. And, Jayne did an awesome job. And of course, we couldn't have done none of this without the folks at TBS and all their help. So
I'm very excited, very happy for you guys, and I can't wait for, your next single to come out so you can tell us what that, album is about, because we want to hear it.
Yeah, man, this is, I'm excited about this album. I've been telling people, I said, I don't think I'm overselling it, but from what I've heard so far, I haven't heard every song yet, but I've heard rough mixes of about half the songs or a little bit more. And so far what we've got, if the rest of them come back like those first 7 or 8 songs have, then this thing is going to be head and shoulders above all the other ones put together. It's just, we had a long time to write on this. In 2019, I didn't really do anything. We were dealing with the breast cancer chapter in Misty's life, and we didn't do anything. And so that pushed everything back another year. But it's given me a lot more time to write, go through some more life experiences, which some good, some bad, which build, whether good or bad, they build good character, and I think that always helps your writing. The more things you go through, so I'm really excited about this album. We didn't rush it by no means. We went the other way actually with it, just because of some of the circumstances, but it ended up giving me more time to write, and I think it's going to really show when people hear this album, that how much that's going to really increase how good this album is.
We are definitely excited. I know a lot of your fans are, if not all of your fans are. So I'm ready to go, and you better give it to me as soon as it comes out. Like, you better send it in the mail, because I want it.
Our girl Jayne also being part of that was pretty awesome. I actually had the opportunity to visit with her on the making of Long Distance Love. Check it out.
We were meant to be filming it and recording it in March this year. I was a week off coming over to America when COVID hit and everything got shut down. And so obviously this project was put on hold. But I think the beauty of what's come out of it, even though it didn't turn out how we planned, it's made it even more genuine, I think, to the song. Here was I in Australia, and so the video ended up being a little bit different to what we imagined, but it's got a real, I just think it's fabulous the way it's turned out. I'm sure this song's going to really appeal to so many people who live the reality of this song that you've written, Tony, and it's just great to be a part of it.
Now, Jayne has also dropped her new single, Make It a Double. You should actually go check it out because you can find it on YouTube.
That's right. She is a busy lady, and so is Tony. He's not a busy lady, but he's a busy person. Tony actually is going to be dropping a new Christmas song any day now. That's the title, right? Like that.
Yes,
it's any day now. Any day now. It's kind of confusing, but hey, and his new album is out in March, so you want to mark your calendar for that and support Tony, because
they've been doing a lot of stuff,
he's super busy.
and their
And
music
Jayne's
is great.
busy,
Tony is awesome. He's just such a people person, and so is Jayne. Since we've met both of them, and we've gotten the opportunity to see how far they've came now with their career, once they get to be a little bit bigger, the more they grow,
better remember
the
us
more
little
famous,
people.
Yeah, the little folks.
That's right.
We met you a long time ago.
And let's go ahead and look to what we have for you coming up. Tomorrow is our extra, and you got to check this out. This was pretty exciting. Tell us about it.
Yes, I was actually part of an event, El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. And so we're going to be having that tomorrow. So you got to check it out, because I actually was at the event and I got to MC. So it's for a good cause, helping out our seniors that are going to be graduating in 2021. And of course, it's pandemic.
Yes, and just
It's
throw
caused
a wrench
a lot
in
of
everything.
yes.
Yeah. But I think Nikki was there too, right? Let's see if y'all can recognize her.
Yes,
look out in the video.
you're going to have to look out for Nikki.
Look out for Nikki. And next week, we're going to be chatting with Matt and Joey, and we're going to have part 2 of the My Trucker Life interview. They are a great organization that is giving drivers and their families a chance to learn how to cope with life on the road. So it's very great information there, so be sure to tune in for that.
Especially now in hard times.
Exactly. And then don't forget our Boss Box giveaway. We have announced the winner. All right, so all you have to do is go check out that video to see who won if you haven't already seen it, and check it out to see how to win our next giveaway, because you don't want to miss that. We're doing something a little special for the holidays, so
Yes.
you don't want to miss it.
And remember that all you have to do is like, share, subscribe, and you won't miss out on any of those giveaways that we do because you already know we're hooking you up always here on the
All
Truck
the
Boss
time
Show.
with free stuff. So,
Yes.
and we're going to close out the show a little differently this time. We're going to leave you guys with Long Distance Love music video, so go ahead and check it out.
Enjoy it.
It's a rainy night in Georgia, heading out to California, counting days till I hold you again.
Well, it's cold in Colorado. They're calling more snow for tomorrow. All I hear is lonesome in the wind.
It ain't easy loving someone who's always on the road, but I take your heart with me everywhere I go.
I just called to say I miss you.
Girl, you're always on my mind. Here we are again tonight, in this long distance ride, with two hearts on the line.
There's a fire that burns between us, and the miles will never keep us from fanning that old flame when we're apart.
And these 18 wheels are rolling, don't matter where I'm going, they always lead me back home to your arms. It ain't easy loving someone who's always on the road, but I take your heart with me everywhere I go.
I just called to say I miss you.
Girl, you're always on my mind. So here we are again tonight, in this long distance ride, with your hearts on the line. Out here on this highway, I think of you alone.
But it's always like the first time, every time you get back home.
It ain't easy loving someone who's always on the road. Girl, I take your heart with